So whenever I see experts, I feel like that term has been absolutely destroyed.
There's a franchise who it seems like the culture was messed up. They're never going to be good. The Cincinnati Bengals, the Bungles, right? In 1 year, as soon as they got Joe Burrow, they were in the Super Bowl. Literally, I'm not making that up.
As soon as they got Joe Burrow, they won a few games and he got hurt, Max. The next year they went to the Super Bowl.
That's right.
And then this year they may not even make the playoffs.
You sure about that? You sure about that? That's why?
In the football community, in every community possible. So whenever I see experts, I think these are now, change that term experts with highly paid individuals predict the Cincinnati Bengals 2023 NFL record. Because that's what I feel like the terminology should be. Highly paid individuals. So let's go ahead and talk about it, because we have all the different networks predict the Cincinnati Bengals 2023 record. Starting off right away, ESPN, under 11.5 wins. See, I can make a whole joke with the whole Pat McAfee going to ESPN thing right here.
I would also like a little bit of faith. Huh?
Just a little.
Huh?
Think about it.
This year they may not even make the playoffs.
That's all, folks.
And how ESPN, in my opinion, has really fallen off when it came to being that great of a news network as of late. But instead, I'm going to go ahead and say their reasoning. The Bengals are obviously a talented team with a very high ceiling. But I like the under here because of my belief that the rest of the division will improve in 2023. Cincinnati plays a first-place schedule that might be a little tougher on paper than the rest of the team's schedule in this division. Of course, the Bengals have a high ceiling, but I see more paths to be under than over. Yes, the schedule is a little tougher. It is. But I feel like the Bengals are at a point now where to say the schedule is, oh, well, they're going to lose this. There's no game on this schedule this upcoming year that they're guaranteed to lose. That there's probably a high chance they're going to lose. Every game on their schedule, except for 2, they're favored by Vegas. And the only 2 that they're not favored in, at Baltimore, at KC. So, I can't agree. I cannot agree. If you guys did not know, I had the Bengals going 15-2. So, that's my predictions. But with that being said, though, ESPN believes that because the division is going to be tougher, which it will be. Don't get me wrong. I have the Bengals going 15-2, the Ravens going 14-3, the Browns going 10-7, and the Steelers going 8-9. So I think all of these teams, and possibly even the 8-9 Steelers, could be 9-8 realistically. They could make the playoffs. All 4 teams could make the playoffs. Does not mean that all 4 that the Bengals are going to be, hurt or taken down by anybody else. They're probably going to split with the Ravens. They might season sweep the Steelers, and they probably split with the Browns. Or they could beat the Browns. It depends. Because I think we beat them week 1, but then week 18, if we already have the first seed locked up, there's no point even trying that week 18 game. So, I don't agree. Let's see what the next one says. CBS Sports, 13-4. I like this one a lot better. Joe Burrow had a rookie season played amid 19. Then a recovery from a torn ACL and a burst appendix to kick off each of his last 3 seasons. If he comes into year 100%, the Bengals are set up by the schedule to rip off a bunch of early wins and not slow down. Actually, what's kind of funny is even if he comes off, the early part of the schedule kind of sucks because we play at Browns, then back home in the jungle, but then the Ravens come. So it's like 2 divisional AFC matchups back to back. So yeah, if we can get the first couple wins out of the gate, just absolutely bam, 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 then you are correct. We could start off the season 6-0. I don't see there any reason why the Bengals do not start the season off 6-0 before the bye week. There's nothing in me that says that it could possibly be anything else. mainly because, again, yes, there are some tough games. Yes, you do have to play Seattle. You have to play Arizona. I mean, Arizona would be tough. You have to play ball. I say Arizona might be tough because it's a trap game. But, yeah, you had to play at Cleveland, then Baltimore. Some tough games, but I don't know. 13-4, I'm not against that. I say my lowest, like my low end is 13-4, high end 15-2. Over 11.5 wins. Okay. Pro Football Focus. The Bengals roster is one of the more complete ones in the league. Bearing anything unforeseen, oh my god, I cannot speak today. They should be among the favorites to appear in Super Bowl 58. Best way to put it. You didn't really give a prediction, which I don't really like too much. I feel like, if you're going to be on this listing, you got to just give a prediction. Like, saying under 11.5 wins, I get you don't give a prediction there because you're just absolutely being stupid and we don't need to hear you. But to say above 11.5 wins, at least give us like a prediction. Fox Sports 11-6. This is what a lot of people are saying, and I'm not going to say this is the craziest idea ever, going 11-6. I think we'll go better than that, but it's not the craziest thing ever. Surviving the AFC North could be tough enough for anyone, but the Bengals have plenty of other challenges. Back-to-back games off the bye week at San Francisco versus the Bills will test them. I think the Bills game is not going to be as tough as people make it out to be. Look at last year, the playoffs absolutely waxed them, and before the DeMar Hamlin thing, the Bengals were going to wax them in Week 17. So, I don't think that's going to be tough. And the 49ers, I'm going to tell you right now, this is my opinion, that this year the 49ers are going to fall off. The 49ers this year are going to be absolutely dog water because they can't figure out the quarterback situation. I don't think Brock Purdy's going to be the magical answer again. He was a Nick Foles one-hit wonder, and I don't think Sam Darnold's going to do anything. And if Trey Lance does come out of nowhere, I'll be happily wrong. Now they're finding out how ready they are for a run at the AFC Championship game with a Week 17 date with the Chiefs. They need to build a cushion somewhere because the December and January slate isn't easy. It's not easy because we play, Pittsburgh in that kind of time period, KC, and the Brownies, and then also the Ravens right before that. But still, I think we'll be fine. 11-6 is not out crazy. Sports Illustrated, 14-3. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm looking. 13-4 at low is 15-2 realistically. For the second consecutive year, the Bengals will play a first-place schedule after winning the AFC North. That means Cincinnati will face the Chiefs on the road and the Bills at home. However, the Bengals got a nice stretch against the AFC South with the only Jaguars projecting to be above 500 squad. And even then, I don't think Jaguars are really that great of a team. I still will stand behind my claim and my point I made on the season being release day, where I said that I believe the Bengals will beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 49-14. Pro Football Network 11-6. It's hard to imagine the Bengals could have gotten a more favorable schedule release. Facing the Chiefs in the final weeks of the season may not even matter since both teams could rest by then. Hosting the Seahawks and Rams is much less worrisome than the opposite possibilities. So the Bengals should fare well this season. Yeah, after you get through the first two games, I feel like that Rams game is just like a kind of game to rest, kind of like a bye week. It's going to be a trap game, so we're going to go in there smart and not stupid and not treating it like it's a free win. But it's going to be kind of like a rest week. You go into it, your Monday Night Football, primetime game. You get a little rest, from the last game after you play Baltimore in Cincinnati. Then you go to the Rams, beat the Rams on Monday Night Football. All good. Bleacher Report 11-6. With Burrow, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd leading the offense, Cincinnati should be in store for double-digit wins. Expect Cincinnati to challenge for the AFC's #1 seed. Though, with a tough AFC North and non-divisional games against Seahawks, Bills, Jags, Chiefs, a pivotal Week 17 matchup and 49ers, it's going to be a battle to earn it. It would definitely be a battle. I 1000% agree with that. And I will tell you right now, and I'm going to say this until Week 17 happens, there is a 0% chance the Bengals rest their starters versus the Chiefs. I don't care what the situation is. I don't care the AFC North is locked up. I don't care if number 1 seed is locked up. They are not going to rest their starters versus the Chiefs. There's no way in any way possible that they're going to go into that Chiefs game and let's say, for example, they go in that Chiefs game and they rest their starters. Even if they have the number 1 seed locked up, if they get blown out, no. Because obviously, if we have freaking Trevor Siemian in there, no Jamar Chase, no T, no Irv Smith, yeah, we'll probably get blown out. Patrick Mahomes is starting for the Chiefs. But still, I could never, ever, ever see that. I think we beat the Chiefs outright, 1-on-1, with all starters, their starters. But if we have our backups in, we won't win. And plus, it would just be embarrassing. So no, they would not put their backups in. Bengals wire. Well, 13-4. At this point, it feels pretty safe projection with a margin of error about 2 games or so. The Bengals should again be strong in the division itself and overall AFC. Some cupcakes-looking games on this slate really helped. The final 4 game stretch is a prime chance to get into the playoffs well before it's a win-or-go-home time. Yeah, exactly. I 1000% agree with that. The last 4 games of the season is going to be tough, but you know what? That's going to be just what kind of keeps them motivated, keeps them firing all cylinders, and gets them ready for that playoffs. So, overall, not bad. I think, 11-6. I'm not going to sit here and say that's the most awful prediction in the world. I think that is a realistic prediction. I don't think it's going to happen. I think, again, 15-2 at best, 13-4 at worst. That's my personal opinion. But, again, like I said, if you want to say, well, they end up splitting with the Steelers, that's 1 loss. Split with the Ravens, that's 2 losses. Split with the Browns, that's 3 losses. And if they do lose that game to KC, which I highly doubt they will, that could be 4. If they lose that game to Jacksonville, that's 5. And then maybe 6 is the 49ers game. So, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, that's impossible to happen. But I understand the concept. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.